Thanks to my coffee supporters that make these videos possible. You can also get a deck review on my weekly Tuesday and Sunday streams. It's the best way to support the channel. Hello, everyone. I'm here with 5 Magic the Gathering creators. That being Maldhound, Quips and Guac, Salubrious Snail, the Trinket Mage, and most famously of all, Rachel Weeks.
Oh no.
Oh
Dear
no.
Lord.
What I have prepared today are 6 Family Feud style questions. Each player will buzz in and will go in buzzer order from the first one to do it to the last one to do it. You can buzz mid-question if you want to get in fast, but it's not going to work out well for you because a lot of these questions are weird.
I'm sorry, you got me out of bed for 6 questions total?
Yeah, 6 questions total, but there's going to be a lot of talking in between.
My high school science teacher had a crazier angle than that. What are you talking about, 6 questions?
Probably like 6A, 6B, 6C, like they break it down.
Multi-part? Is there a short essay section? All right, whatever. No, get on with it.
I gotta edit after this, so like I'm going for 6 questions.
I imagine we will have it'll go by slower than we imagine, and if it doesn't, great job. Next time, 20 questions. Okay, so yes, we'll buzz in after the question or during the question, however you want to do it. First one to buzz in gets priority, and then we'll go in buzzer order after that. If you get the question right, you get a point. If you don't, it passes priority to the next person. Most points is the best YouTuber. After me.
Look, this is magic. We should all put buzzes on the stack and resolve backwards.
Yeah, true.
LIFO, yes. Yeah.
And that's where the length of these 6 questions come in, because you want to wait the longest of anyone to buzz in.
10 minutes of us staring.
Let's get to the first question, gamers.
How do I counterspell someone else's answer, first of all?
That's a game mechanic I should probably think about in future. That'd be really funny.
You need a second button here.
If I throw my mouse across the room, is that exiling a card from my hand to Force of Wildish? Okay, I'm done. I'll be a good boy now. I'm sorry.
No, it's perfect. The Maldhound interruptions are exactly what my audience wants. All right, here comes question 1, everyone. If Urza was in a room with every named Magic the Gathering character, we have a buzz in from Maldhound.
I'd kill Urza. That was the question, right? Which one would you kill?
Nope. There's.
God damn it.
That is not on the board, I'm afraid.
All right, fine, whatever.
To finish the question, if Urza was in a room with every named Magic the Gathering character, which one would he most likely throw rocks at? All right, we have the Trinket Mage.
Still Urza himself. What do you mean?
So, Con.
I was gonna say Squee, Goblin Nabob.
Sadly, no. So, by the way, I'm an awesome host. There are 5 answers on the board. None of them are Squee. Next up is Rachel.
Yeah. Mishra, baby. Throw rocks at your brother.
Mishra is number 1 with 47 of the 96 responses.
If you don't throw rocks at your brother, who do you throw rocks at?
All right, because you got the answer right, you get to go again.
Good. Karn, because it's sad.
Karn is number 4.
My poor boy.
Checks out.
3 answers left on the board.
Oh no, those are the 2 things I know about Urza. How about
baby?
How about Sisse?
Sisse is not on the board, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Hilariously enough, by the way, Snail has just buzzed in.
Nice.
I thought of something.
You got
I had an
one.
idea.
You got one.
Bro's holding it.
The Google results finally churned out some answers.
There you go.
All right, Quips, the penultimate answerer.
Show me Yawgmoth. That guy did too much for the Praetors and all those Phyrexians. Show me Yawgmoth.
Yogg is number 2 with 16 replies.
Boom. Okay.
1 answer left on the board. Or 2, sorry.
Okay. I'm going to go similar to Karn. Show me Memnarch.
Memnarch is not on the board, I'm afraid.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Alex.
I'm going to say the people who responded were Dominaria hipsters. Give me Torsten.
If they didn't pick Squee,
What
they're
a
not picking
cut.
Torsten. No way.
What a
Okay.
cut, man. That's
Yeah.
Torsten is not on the board, I'm afraid.
Tragic.
Can I get a clarifying question real quick?
Absolutely.
Did you actually ask people for these, or did you take a bunch of NyQuil and then write down the first 100 answers you thought? That's going to matter a lot
No.
for how I answer the rest of this.
Equal quality, I asked my Discord.
Okay, great. All right, Family Feud is brought to you by the Hat Man. Perfect.
Yes. So, funnily enough, you've predicted the twist of this question, Maldhound. For each question, there's been some replies in the survey that just confused the shit out of me. 2 people did answer Urza, which I think actually is the least likely person.
So I was right, first of all.
I think Urza's the least likely person that Urza would throw rocks at.
Are you? If you saw a clone of yourself, would you not kill the other clone to be the dominant Urza?
I think Urza would turn his clone into a robot.
Could he have thrown the power stones, like the might stone and weak stone, into his own eyes?
With surgical equipment, and what is a scalpel if not a sharp rock?
So, we do have 2 answers on the board that were not guessed, and that would be Gix with 4 responses,
Sure.
and Tago with 3 responses, which was the cutoff. of this
Tago
question.
catching strays.
Tago. Well, he throws
That is a
rocks.
Rock
He
thrower.
throws
Yeah,
rocks
that
back,
makes
I
sense.
guess.
He's not the rock
only
target.
They're playing catch.
It was meta enough that I enjoyed that response. So, all right. Moving on to question number 2. What's the last equipment you want to see on the other side of the battlefield? Maldhound is first to buzz in.
Sword of Feast and Famine. If it's your wrong and bad Discord.
Sword of Feast and Famine is 3rd.
Okay. Does this enable me to keep going, or does somebody else have a chance to steal so that they can get the top one?
You get to do it again now.
Okay, I get to do it again now. How many answers on the board?
There are 5 other answers on the board for a total of 6.
Okay, can you use them all in a sentence, please?
That is not how this works.
Okay. Then next I'm going to say Cauldra Compliate.
No, that is not on
Good
the board.
answer. Good answer. It's hard.
You're
when
all
you're
wrong
the third
in Elk's Discord. You're happy to see that in a deck list. If that's hit the field, you are in danger. All right.
Oh no, my 5 life a turn. Anyway, I'll stop editorializing. Rachel.
I mean, it's got to be Skull Clamp, right?
Skull Clamp is
It's got to
number
be
1
Skull Clamp. Yeah. Uh-huh.
with 13 replies.
That's correct. Skull Clamp busted. Number 2, no frickin' idea. Not a frick.
Best equipment in the game, Buster Sword.
Shadow Spear.
Shadow Spear is number 5 of 6.
I'm so good at this. Lightning Greaves.
Lightning Greaves is not on the list, I'm afraid.
Well, they're dumb.
Yeah, hey, I'm
So-
with
Elk
you.
Discord, known Lightning Greaves haters.
Yeah, but top 6? Come on.
Quips, you're up next.
All right. I think I'm always a little frightened of the basilisk collar.
Oh,
Lifelink death touch.
That death touch.
Put it on a pinger, and then my board's gone. I'm kind of frightened of it.
That's a really good elk answer, I feel like.
I respect that answer a lot as a known Judith enjoyer, but sadly, it is not on the board.
We got to figure out what equipment you can flicker with Philia. And that's going to be...
Which brings us to Snail.
I'm gonna say that somebody among those people has been burned by some tap-on-tap bullshit. So I'm gonna say Glint, the untapper equipment from Lord of the Rings set.
That card's so
Oh.
good.
Sting?
Sting?
Or
Yeah, it's Sting.
Sting?
Yeah, Sting.
The
Sting,
glinting
glinting
dagger.
Yeah, it's got
Yeah, can I
Glint in the
steal?
name.
Glint the stinging
Sting.
dagger.
Sadly, it is not on the board.
Tragic.
Yeah, Snail's going academic with all these. Got such a good reason. Such good reasons that no Commander
I
player
don't-
has
I don't-
ever considered.
I don't know that they're good reasons, but they're the reasons I'm going with.
And yes, we are on Borborygmos rules, so if you name a card and I know what you're talking about, we're fine. All right, which brings us to Khan.
Yeah, so I think your Discord loves bad magic cards, so I'm going to say Argentum Armor.
Oh, what an insult.
Because we are not in 2016, that is also not on the board.
No, I love Argenta Barber.
All right. From top to bottom, second most answered, World Slayer with 10.
What?
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
sure.
Okay. Sure.
That's a bad
That's a
time.
cool one. If it's
Yeah.
the indestructible guy, yeah.
Fourth, Sunforger with 6 votes.
Really?
Okay.
Boomer picks here.
Where was the Buster Sword?
And last place, with 5 votes, Mauled is Helm of the Host, which is not the Buster Sword.
Losers. Losers, man.
Wow.
Opposition.
Confusingly, someone answered Soul Ring to this prompt.
That was me. I infiltrated just to shit talk Soul Ring.
Okay. If you have a Dan Lewis on the board, then Soul Ring's an equipment.
A little bit of a bludgeon brawl or something, you know.
Yep.
Togo
that's a good
rocks.
card.
Bring in the Togo rocks. Yeah.
All right. Next question. Question 3. A player plays a land and just passes their turn.
Wait.
You
Reset
gotta
the buzzer.
unbuzz.
Reset the buzzer, you maniac.
I'm an awesome game show host. A player plays a land and then passes their turn. What instant are you dreading the most? For clarification's sake, this isn't Commander and it's not turn 1. It's just like in the game. Someone just land passed. What are you freaking out about? I'm going to editorialize that because there was some confusion in the answering that I'll get to later. Quips and Guac, you were the first person to buzz in.
I know they got that overloaded Cyclonic Rift in their hand.
Yes, that is number 1.
Yeah.
Show me Cyclonic Rift.
With 27 votes. There are 4 left on the board.
Okay. Now I get to be a little. I got a couple of options. I'm just gonna go safe. Swords to Plowshares.
Swords to Plowshares is number 3 with 5 votes.
They went land
Alright.
go and are holding up swords.
Yeah.
And we're like, that's
And calm down.
I got a thing. They got a combat trick. Yeah.
if they went land go to hold up swords, I'm chilling.
They missed about 4 land drops, I think.
They're baiting you into attacking them. Yeah, that's like they're 2 steps ahead. Okay.
So notably with swords, these 5 responses were all different. One of them was spelled correctly. And the other 4 were all wrong.
Oh no, not sword of the share plow, not hammer
Swords to
plowshare.
Plumshares.
Yeah, path to swords. Yeah.
One was spelling plow like British English. One was saying sword to plowshare. And the other one editorialized the question, calling it bad.
So real, honestly.
Oh, we got an MTG Goldfish enjoyer.
But they still answered it, at least.
Regardless, go ahead, Quips. You get to go again.
Yeah, I think I don't want to keep going removal. I think I'd be scared if they had like a portal mage or some sort of like a redirect. You know, they got to have something that's a defensive move. I'm gonna say portal. Show me portal mage.
That's
Portal
a
Mage
creature.
is not on the board.
Let him.
That's
let him
right.
Fold, let him fold.
I got it. I want portal. You know, I got it. I forgot what the question was. I'll be honest. I was just like, what are they flashing
It's
in?
like,
Obviously-
yeah. What's happening at instant speed?
In speed. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
okay.
I'll be honest, I buzzed in and I was like, emergent zone, farewell, baby. That's what I'm freaking out about.
Khan, you were the next to buzz in.
Alright, I'm gonna go on the same lines as Swords to Plowshares, just Swords to Plowshares and pick like a common removal spell. I'll just say Chaos Warp.
Chaos Warp is also not on the board. Rachel, you are third. Go ahead.
Show me Teferi's Protection.
T-Pro is on the board barely with 2 responses.
Barely!
That counts.
Counts.
There are 2 answers left on the board.
A big expensive instant? That's the vibe I'm getting, but I can't think of any right now.
Nobody plays those usually.
Yeah, like a Sublime Epiphany? That's not my guess. That's garbage. Not a garbage card, a garbage answer. I'm just evacuation. That's an instant speedboard.
I am trapped in a constant evacuation meta hell. And I would agree with that entirely. Sadly, it is not on the board.
Yep, that checks out.
Moving on to Mauled. What instant would you be scared of?
All right, shout out audience. The rest of these people forgot you. I didn't. Counterspell.
Sure.
Counterspell / Mana Drain, I grouped them together, is number 2.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh, I was so ready to be wrong. Oh, God. I was like, okay, so how many answers are left on the board?
There is one answer left on the board.
So one answer left on the board. We've hit Psych Rift. Okay, we've hit Psych Rift, Swords to Plowshares, Counterspell, and then there's Blank, and then there's Tef Pro.
Yes.
Okay. There's no fucking shot they've heard of blue good removal. I'm going to chuck out Settle the Wreckage.
Ooh.
I was thinking that too.
Spicy.
Like a good standard player in 2020, afraid of that spell, is sadly, though, not on the board.
Damn.
Snail, you're the last one.
I'm gonna go with Time Stop. They're gonna end my turn.
Just continuity!
You
Just
know what?
continuity!
Yeah, they should fear Time Stop.
I love the answer. I respect it so much. It's sadly not on the board. Last answer on the board is Silence or Orum's Chant.
Ooh.
With 5
Okay.
responses.
All right.
All right.
Well, EDH players here.
I mean, that's basically Time Stop,
Yeah, to
right?
end your turn,
it's
right?
similar,
Yeah,
yeah.
you
That's
you can't
basically
cast
Time
spells.
Stop.
Yeah,
It's time stop, but good.
Yeah.
it's cheaper.
Are you telling me Time Stop is a bad card?
I'm telling you, I
on.
love time stop, and it's a really bad card.
6 mana! Oh my god.
Oh yeah, it's lovely.
What if I skip my turn to skip yours? That is funny, but that is awful.
It's like Uno rules. You're like stacking. You're just like throwing a skip.
Yeah.
That's
The
awesome.
10th edition foil has no reminder text, which is it looks awesome. 'cause
It just says, "End the turn."
and nothing else.
That's beautiful.
it is a really pretty card to look at. Let's look at standings. Rachel is first with 5 points. Quips is at 3 points. Mauled is at 2 points. And my podcast co-hosts are both at nothing.
You know what's really sad? You know what's really sad about that is I asked your Discord to help me cheat, and they have been useless. I said, "What did you put in the survey?" And then the next 3 responses are, "What survey?"
Show me what survey.
They already forgot.
So, good news for you guys, though. Second half of this journey here, points are doubled.
Nice.
So there is more than a chance for a comeback here.
Okay, but do I get normal points if I say a thing that was an actual answer to the survey and you didn't give me because you thought I was being an interrupting shithead? Do I get any points for those?
It wasn't on the board. I'm sorry. I don't know what to say.
Oh, you little. All right, we'll talk.
We
about
can't
this.
see the board.
There's no board. The board's in your mind.
Trust me, bro. Trust me. Yeah.
Question 4. Which creature type is the most spoon-fed? Khan, you were the first to buzz in.
Dragons. If it's not on the board, I'm leaving the call.
That's real.
That's a good answer, yep.
So, great news for you. Dragons is on the board, and it is number 2 with 27 votes.
Nice.
You get to go again.
Zombies. Show me zombies.
Surprisingly, no. Even though I feel it's the most spoon-fed creature type in the world.
They get like 18 lords a set.
They get 18 lords.
Yeah,
they
and
have
they're
their own
still
blood
bad.
artist.
And they're still bad.
Like, oh my gosh, it's horrible.
You there for Aether Drift? They still can't do anything. All right, how many answers are on this board, Elk?
There are 5 answers left on the board. The only one revealed is number 2.
5 left. Elves. Don't even. I'll leave
Elves
the
is
call.
number 1 with 36
right.
votes.
All right, let's waste no time. Merfolk.
Merfolk is number 4 with 3 votes.
Merfolk over zombies?
Yes! Merfolk are just wet elves! They get everything! They have the same real estate, no taxes, and it's all underwater. It's beachfront. Tired of it. Dinosaurs.
No dinosaurs on the board.
Bullshit!
Dinosaurs is bullshit. It should be on the board.
Everybody who answered the survey, I'm getting them with Pantlaza, man.
Rachel.
Man, dinosaurs was my pick, but I'm going to go with angels.
Angels is sadly not on the board.
Somebody believes too much in Brushwag.
Quips. There are 3 answers left on the board.
Call me crazy, but they don't even need any more printings. Slivers, I would say. You
Good
just
answer.
they
Good
defeat
answer.
themselves.
Good
you know?
answer.
Slivers is on the board, number 3 with 4 votes.
Very good.
There we go. Those 4 people, I'm with you.
You got
yes.
Same brainworm.
Yes.
Oh man, but nobody has paid more money to lose than Sliver players.
Then yeah.
So,
Oh my god.
That's
If you don't have the land base, you don't play it.
You don't have the
awesome.
Sliver Queen to do nothing.
Yeah.
There are 2 answers left on the board, both on the last place on the board.
Okay. Similarly, I got my fingers crossed for Edge of Eternity's Eldrazi. Big mana, big crazy. I think they're pretty good.
Eldrazi is on the board with 3 votes. That is the last place vote. There's
Boom.
1
Okay.
left on the board.
1 left. We said everything. Spoonfed.
And no zombies, no dinosaurs.
No
I
zombies,
know,
no
right?
dinosaurs. What else is there in this
I am
game?
merely a conduit for the people. It's not that I agree with them.
Okay. Okay. Show me cats. Show me
Good
cats.
answer.
Cats is not on the board.
That's a good one.
Snail, can you get the last answer on the board?
I gotta go with humans. We're getting like
Yeah,
return to
right.
return
Oh,
to return
sure.
to Innistrad.
There.
Sure.
Snail, finally on the board. Humans was the
All
last one.
right. All right.
Wait, people think humans are more pushed than dinosaurs?
That's crazy.
We gotta have words. We gotta have words.
How was zombies not on this list?
I don't know either.
Right,
Zombies are just
zombie-
like cooler humans.
Also,
yeah. they-
like vampires should be on this list.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Like I
vampires
don't.
also.
Yeah.
Those are zombies and vampires are just human plus. Like they're
Yeah.
just cooler versions of
Yeah.
what it
Yeah.
is to be human.
More
yeah.
doper, more
Zombies have
hitter.
been 0 mana since 2011.
So, notably, someone responded Eldrazi or vampires, which I counted towards the Eldrazi count. But like, come
What?
on, man. You can be a little more decisive. The stakes aren't that high. All right. Moving on to question number 5 and resetting the butters.
Butter.
Butter it up.
Moving on to question number 5. Name a Magic character that you think has the most softcore altars, playmats, and sleeves made of them. Rachel, you're the first to buzz in.
It's Liliana.
Number 1 with
Yeah.
50 votes is Liliana. You may go again.
Chandra.
Number 2 with 9 votes is Chandra.
For $1, name a woman.
How about Nissa?
Nissa is not on the board, I'm afraid.
Oh no,
That's
that's
crazy.
fair. I'll take 1 and 2.
We'll move on to Khan.
I'm gonna say Kiora.
Kiora is not on the board. As much
But
as
great
people
answer.
love fish. Malt.
Okay, so how many answers on the board?
There are 3 answers left on the board. The bottom
3
3.
answers left. Softcore, you said?
Softcore playmats, altars, and sleeves.
That's
Wait
a
for Emrakul.
genuinely dangerous game there. Avacyn.
Avacyn is not on the board,
What?
which I cannot believe.
Softcore. Nope, softcore. That's what got
That's
me.
true. That's true.
I had like 5 options, and I was like,
Next up is Quips.
I'm like torn. I think I got okay. We're gonna go for the wild one. I've seen Aloro sitting on his chair. He's got the abs. Show me Aloro. Aloro's
Right,
on there.
all
Your
right.
Discord script. He's got to be on there. Like there's, it's a diverse, diverse audience you got. I'm sure someone finds Aloro.
Sadly, our bald giant king is not on the board.
Damn it. All the
All
good
right.
ones were taken.
Snail, clutch up. You have a chance to get 6 points here if you answer the bottom 3 answers on the board.
Garuk, my lord, Garuk.
It's gotta be
if
Jace.
you
Come
nail
on.
the bottom 3
Yeah.
right now, like that doesn't feel great.
We said softcore.
Snail, I have great news for you. Jace is number 3 with 7 votes.
Fantastic.
I thought of the wrong handsome guy. Damn it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick with iconic and go with Garuk.
Sadly, the Lorwyn 5 is not on this board.
Damn.
So, final 2 answers on the board. 5, Oko.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
But those are
And-
magic cards.
And in last place with 4 votes, Elish Norn.
Oh,
Wow.
yeah.
I could say it.
Notably, one person spelled Jace, like with a Y in there, and I counted it towards Jace because I don't think they're referring to the League of Legends character.
They could be.
That's not for
Arcana's
another
popular.
few years.
Yeah.
till we get the League of Legends Universes Beyond.
Yeah.
Also, there was another respondent who replied Nissa, Liliana, Oko, and Ajani, which is just a ridiculous amount of greed, so I decided to reward them by counting all their votes.
Assemble the
Tremendous.
Gatewatch, just get all of them. Yeah.
All right, moving on to our final question. What's the most annoying thing an opponent can say during a game of Commander?
This is not fair. I'm so much more annoying. Here, I've got a deep roster to go through. I got time. I'm going to my mind palace.
All right, there are 8 answers on the board.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Rachel, starting with you.
I could have won on my next turn.
That is on the board. It is last with 3 votes.
Still counts. I'm not the threat.
It is 3rd on the board.
Okay.
Lying about being the threat with 6 votes.
I don't know. Rolling the dice to decide what to do. It's not saying anything, but you get the idea.
That is number 6.
Hey, you're farming points.
Okay.
Rachel, apparently having played with a lot of annoying people in her time.
Oh, just a lot of commander.
What does that say about the command zone?
Look, we got a lot of employees. My deck isn't. It never does this.
Sadly, no. That is not on the board.
Should be number one.
It's elk viewers. Their decks are all tutor chains, so they're just going.
It always does this. It
actually.
always does this. Yeah. All right.
Normal
I see the
Tuesday
floor.
All right, moving on. Con.
It's gotta be, do you pay the 1?
Oh, good answer.
Number 2 with 12 votes. I consolidated Do You Pay the 1 from Ristic Study and Do You Pay the 2 from Smothering Tithe.
I was about to ask.
Yeah, I was gonna...
Yeah, so Do You Pay the is number 2 on the board with 12 votes.
I haven't done my thing yet.
Good answer.
That is iconic. Sadly, no one said it.
Elk viewers. They cast Philia. It's happened.
They did the thing. It's over.
Moving on to quips.
Blanket statement, like, you can't cast your commander. Like, I play Drannith Magistrate, or I, like, counterspell your commander. Just, like, one of those sort of in that same vibe of you don't get to play the thing you want to play.
Sadly, no. That is not on the board.
Not enough Grand Arbiter Augustins in your game table, I guess.
I like that. That like reminder text is the statement.
Yeah.
By the way, can't fucking.
Next is Snail.
I'm going to go the opposite direction and channel the benevolent blue player. I'll allow it.
That's good. That's good.
Good one.
That's hilarious. Sadly, it is not on the board.
All
Unfortunately.
right.
Mauled. This is your domain.
This is what I've trained for. There's 4 on the board. So we've done. Do you pay the 1 and/or 2? I can't help but notice. Is Esper Sentinel lumped into that?
Esper Sentinel would be lumped into that because it is pay the 1 inherently.
So pay the 1, pay the 2. I'm not the threat. My deck's never done this. Wasn't on the board. What are the other 2 on the board right now?
I would have won in another turn.
Or would have won in another turn.
Rolling to determine attacks or targets.
Rolling to determine. Okay. And can you repeat the question so I have the wording fresh in my head?
What's the most annoying thing an opponent can say during a game of Commander?
I'm going to go for meta in-joke and say, why me?
Why me is the first answer.
Wow.
It's knowledge.
There we go. Okay.
With 16 responses. I also grouped in why, in parentheses, attack me. So why attack me, why me, etc.
Okay.
Yes.
You may. I'm fine if you refuse to answer this question for being like too meta, but if I were to propose a specific type of deal making, is it specific? Should I propose a specific type of deal making, or just lock in attempt to make a deal with me?
No comment.
No comment. Okay, I'm gonna say attempt to make a deal because I think it's too narrow otherwise.
Sadly, no. Attempting deal making's not on the board.
That's crazy.
What is missing on the board is at number 4, Whose turn is it? Is it my turn? Someone not paying attention?
Oh,
Sure, good one.
At number 6, unsolicited deck or gameplay advice.
oh yeah.
And lastly is at number 7, accusing someone about lying about their bracket.
Sure, yeah,
Well,
that would have been a good one.
all real. Yeah. I think this is the one that makes me the least angry at Elk's Discord. Like seeing all these laid out, I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah.
At the end of our game, it is Rachel in first place with 15 points. Congratulations, you are the best YouTuber.
Thank you. I know, Commander.
I did not think of an outro for this. It's just kind of like we're done.
Oh, you're not gonna give the other placements?
Do you want me to? That's a lot
Rachel
of math.
wins. Go home.
Nothing but the winner.
I guess we all lost that. That's crazy.
Well, I mean,
Alright, type shit.
What do you want besides first place? Like that's how Commander works.
I want you to tell me that I
Second
have more points than
place.
Alex because I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
I
I
have
was,
more
I,
points.
was, I was thinking the same.
You two are tied for points.
We're tied.
Wow.
Aw.
All right.
If you want the standings, it is Rachel with 15 points, Mauled with 8 points, Quips with 7, and then it's... Oh wait, no, you have more points, Mauled. I'm stupid. I'm happy. No, you were at 8. I'm stupid. I'm extra stupid. Okay, great. I love doing math on the fly. So it's Rachel with 15, Mauled with 8, Quips with 7, Trinket... No, Quips, what the hell did I do? I managed to clone
I
everything.
won. Yes. No, that
The
can't be.
integrity of this game.
Guys. And
You're
now
on
it's
the
bad at
edge of
math.
our seats here.
Who would have guessed?
Is this why you were only announcing the first? You didn't want to do the math on the others?
Can't bother.
They accurately identified halfway through that Rachel was winning, and they
It's
stopped
so fun.
tracking everyone else's points, and now their scheme has been revealed.
Okay, I'm very embarrassed, so now the video is going to end. Bye.
The editor can do the math. The editor can do the math.
No, this
yeah.
is a way better
Nope,
ending than
this is
actual
much better.
standings. This is just the names moving around. Oh god, oh fuck, oh shit. I swear my game shows never do this.
One, 2, 3. I should have said we're going on 3. But
Wow, that was not.
We're going on 3.
I always clap
We
on
clap
4
on
every
2
time.
in this house.
Yeah, we've been
Okay.
clapping on 4 for the podcast for like
have we?
months.
We clap
Yeah,
on 0, I
you
think.
even said that to guests. That's how you explained it to them.
Have I?
That's what, yes.